Imagine being completely untouchable on the pitch. Picture yourself gliding past defenders like they're standing still, making them grasp at thin air as you disappear into space. This isn't just highlight reel football, it's the art of ghost-like dribbling, and today we're breaking down exactly how to master it. These elite dribblers you see on the TV have learned something deeper, the ability to become virtually untouchable when they have the ball. You see, dribbling at the highest level isn't about memorizing 100 different skills or perfecting the most flashy moves. It's about becoming impossible to read, impossible to tackle, and impossible to stop. So the real secret? Making defenders feel like they're trying to catch smoke. So get ready and let's dive deep into the science and psychology of elite dribbling. What makes ghost-like dribblers different is how their brains process information. Research in sports neuroscience shows that elite athletes develop what's called enhanced neural efficiency. Their brains require less energy to perform complex movements. This is why players like Neymar seem to move without thinking. Their neural pathways have become so refined that dribbling becomes as natural as walking. The key lies in developing implicit learning. This is when your brain processes information and makes decisions without conscious thought. Studies have shown that athletes who train under unpredictable conditions develop stronger neural connections related to quick decision making. This is why static drills alone will never make you an elite dribbler. You need to train your brain to react instinctively to chaos. The foundation of ghost-like dribbling is constant, subtle movement. Quick, small adjustments are harder for defenders to track than larger, more obvious movements. This is why players like Iniesta could dominate games without ever seeming to do anything flashy. They master the art of micro movements. Think about how water flows around obstacles. It doesn't stop or force its way through. It adapts and finds space naturally. This is how elite dribblers move. They maintain a constant flow state, using small touches and subtle weight shifts to navigate through pressure. The ability to read and react to defensive pressure before it fully develops is a highly trained skill. Every touch should serve multiple purposes. When you receive the ball, your body position should already be set up to move in at least 2 different directions. This creates decision-making pressure on defenders. By doing this, it forces them to commit to stopping multiple potential movements, which makes them more likely to hesitate or make mistakes. Human beings are pattern recognition machines. Our brains are wired to anticipate what will happen next based on previous experiences, constantly forming subconscious predictions. Elite dribblers exploit this natural tendency by breaking expected patterns, forcing defenders into split-second decisions that often turn against them. This is why even simple body feints can be so effective. They trigger the defender's instinct to react, only for the attacker to take an entirely different path. Defenders primarily focus on 3 key areas: the ball, the attacker's hips, and their upper body. Since the hips are the most reliable indicator of movement, defenders often react to them first. However, by subtly manipulating these visual cues, such as shifting your shoulders, dropping a knee, or hesitating for a fraction of a second, you can create anticipatory deception, making defenders commit to movements that haven't actually happened yet. The best dribblers like Neymar or Lionel Messi master this deception through micro adjustments in body positioning, sudden changes in speed, and an ability to disguise their true intentions until the very last moment. By controlling what the defender sees and expects, you control their reactions, turning their anticipation into a weakness rather than an advantage. On paper, all of this seems simple, but there's still a crucial component missing. Close control isn't just about technique, it's psychological warfare. I know that sounds extreme, but hear me out. Defenders experience increased anxiety when they can't predict an attacker's next move. This is why maintaining tight control is so important. It gives you more options and forces defenders to react to your movements rather than the ball's. Elite dribblers have developed enhanced proprioception. For those who don't know what that means, it's basically your body's ability to sense where it is and how it's moving without having to look. This is developed through years of training and game experience. From the moment they first start playing football, every touch, every drill, and every match sharpens this ability. This is why professional footballers seem effortless on the pitch in everything they do. The control is second nature, built over thousands of hours of repetition, training with smaller balls in confined spaces, playing many practice games, and many more all further refines the skill, allowing them to maintain control without looking at the ball, keeping their eyes locked on defenders to exploit every slight movement. This is what true control looks like. The key to developing these abilities lies in specialized training that challenges both your physical and cognitive abilities simultaneously. I know this can be a bit hard to understand, so here's how to structure your training. Constraint-based learning. Set up training scenarios that force you to solve problems creatively. Use smaller spaces, time constraints, or rules that limit certain types of touches. Research shows that this type of training accelerates skill acquisition by forcing your brain to develop new neural pathways. For example, if you're working on close control, train in a tight grid where you must keep the ball moving without leaving the space. If you're doing a dribbling drill, restrict yourself to using only a weak foot or set a maximum number of touches before making a move. Footwork variability training. Develop fluid and unpredictable dribbling by constantly changing your dribbling rhythm, stride length, and speed. Instead of practicing fixed patterns, mix up your dribbling sequences. Go from slow, controlled touches to explosive sprints. Incorporate sudden stops and add unexpected changes in direction. To take this to the next level, add plyometrics and speed training into your workouts. Exercises like bounding, lateral hops, and resisted sprints will improve your acceleration, allowing you to explode past defenders more effectively when dribbling. Peripheral vision training. One of the biggest differences between average dribblers and elite ones is their ability to see the whole field while keeping control of the ball. To develop this, practice dribbling while focusing on objects or movements in your surroundings, rather than looking down at the ball. You can do this by using colored cones and calling out the colors while dribbling past them, or by having a partner hold up numbers that you have to recognize without breaking stride. By training these areas, you develop movement that feels second nature, allowing you to glide past defenders with ease while staying aware of everything happening around you. Your mindset is the foundation of everything. When you step onto the pitch, your mental state determines whether you play with freedom or hesitation. The best dribblers in the world aren't just technically gifted, they've mastered the art of performing under pressure. Think about it, your body knows how to execute these moves. The only thing holding you back is your mind. That split second of doubt, that moment of hesitation, that's what gives defenders the edge. To truly become unstoppable, you need to unleash your inner artist, your inner warrior. Many elite athletes have a secret weapon, their alter ego. When they step onto the pitch, they transform. They're no longer themselves. They become something more. This isn't just visualization, it's about embodying a different identity that's free from your usual limitations and fears. Picture a ghost gliding effortlessly through walls. Nothing can touch it, nothing can stop it. When you dribble, this becomes your alter ego. You're not just playing football, you're expressing yourself through movement, completely free from the fear of failure or judgment. So how do you break free from performance anxiety? Your brain is constantly running survival patterns from our evolutionary past. When you feel eyes on you, when the pressure mounts, your body naturally wants to play it safe. But safe doesn't win games, safe doesn't break ankles, safe doesn't make defenders look foolish. The key is transitioning from survival mode to flow state. Instead of worrying about mistakes, embrace the possibility of creating something magical. Every time you receive the ball, it's an opportunity to express yourselves, to show your artistry. True confidence isn't about never failing, it's about knowing you can handle whatever happens. When you dribble past a defender, you might succeed or fail, but if you're playing with freedom, even the failures become learning experiences rather than sources of shame. Start building this confidence in training. Take risks, try difficult moves, push your boundaries. Each small success builds upon the last, creating a foundation of genuine self-belief that can't be shaken by a few mistakes. Remember, becoming untouchable isn't about perfecting any single skill. It's about developing a complete understanding of movement, control, and deception. Elite dribblers don't just beat defenders, they make defenders doubt their own abilities. When you combine physical mastery with mental freedom, something magical happens. You stop thinking and start flowing. Defenders become obstacles to glide around rather than opponents to fear. The pitch becomes your canvas and movement becomes your art. Train these principles consistently and you'll develop the ability to glide past defenders effortlessly. You'll notice them becoming hesitant to commit to tackles. You'll feel them backing off, unsure of how to defend you. That's when you know you've truly become a ghost on the pitch, impossible to read, impossible to tackle, and impossible to stop. The pitch is your canvas and movement is your art. Now get out there and start painting a masterpiece. Train smart, stay unpredictable, and make defenders fear the ghost they can't catch. Remember to sign up to the newsletter if you haven't already for free guides, and also subscribe, like and comment down below of what you learned from this video. But most importantly, enjoy the beautiful game.